In this new video, I'm going to explain you 5 more ways how you can make more profit for your e-commerce website using Google Ads. I tested these 5 strategies first on my own 2 brands, and after that I implemented for the 25 other partners that we run Google Ads for in our agency, right? These tricks are really valuable. They generate more profit for all our clients as well as for my 2 brands on a daily basis, and therefore I saw the possibility to make a mind map from it on Twitter, and therefore to have a deeper explanation, I'm also making this video. So if that's your format, you could understand it the right way and implement it today so you can make more profit with your e-commerce store in the Google Ads. My name is Robin. I currently have 5 years of e-commerce experience, which I'm breaking down in videos like this and in Twitter with recent and daily tweets and mind maps and videos like this. So without further ado, let's dive ahead and check the mind map on the Twitter and follow my explanation how you can implement everything as of today, right? Because the most important thing nowadays is to get conversions and to make profit with the highest return on ad spend as possible. And if you don't follow the strategies what I'm going to explain right here, chances are high that you're going to waste time, money and energy trying to figure everything out. Well, that's not necessary. Just follow the tricks that I'm sharing right here in this kind of videos and from my Twitter, right? So without further ado, let's dive right into my screen and start with the first trick here, segmenting your campaigns. So I first will read it out loudly and then afterwards I will explain how to implement this, right? So what I mean by this is to segment the campaigns by ad groups, by keyword topics. So if you sell multiple things on your website, if you have a general store or a niche store on Shopify, for example, and you have one campaign with all products that is targeted like literally all the products on your website, it's very hard for Google to determine the winning keywords, right? Because you need to spend like your budget to test all this kind of products, and if they are kind of in all kind of different niches, you need to restrict the algorithm to test with your budget. Unless you have money to blow and like spend unlimited amount of money to test, it is better to bundle the products by segments, so you have a higher chance that you show up with more products on the same keywords and therefore find more potential buyers on your e-commerce website and generate more data on faster pace as well. While if you implement like an all product campaign and you need to test with a smaller budget all products, you're less likely to find conversions and therefore less likely to optimize the algorithm in order to find more sales like that, right? So that was kind of strategy first one of the 5 Google Ads hacks for this one. The second one is to find the relevant keywords, right? So you need to find the relevant keywords for your product that are proven to sell if you have data from previous Google Ads or from other Facebook ads. And what you want to do is to implement these keywords into the title of your product on your page, as well as in the description, and as well as in your headers in the search campaign, for example, or in your performance mux. Because the relevancy score of your ads will be much higher if these winning keywords are integrated in your process, in your website, in your campaigns everywhere. So the higher quality score you have, the more you show up on Google, and therefore you're more likely to convert more people and even for a less CPC, because you're more relevant to the people that search on Google. So you're more likely to show up there and get the conversions, right? So as soon as you know a few keywords that really convert, make sure to implement them on your product page and in your Google Ads strategy as well. So that's the explanation for Google Ad hack number 2. For number 3, it's also really interesting one, because Google has a benefit if you spend the most money that you can, right? So when creating a search campaign, you can pin the order of your headlines in a certain way. So what we always do is to start with your brand name, then with some product titles or some relevant keywords, and then with the benefit and features of the products, right? And if you pin these things in the headings the right way, you restrict the algorithm a little bit, but it will make sure that things will show up in the right way in your Google Ads account, and therefore you have the possibility to have a higher click-through rate. Because again, you're more relevant to the people that search for you, and therefore you're more likely to show up and get them to click on your ad, right? Whereas if you don't pin the headings the right way, Google will sort them out on like the best way, but they take also your budget to do that, right? So you don't need to let the algorithm test your ads in this way, if you pin them the right way, you restrict the algorithm to spend your money on something that's proven to work for you already. So this is a really good like Google ad hack that we always implement for my brands and the partners as well, because sometimes it's good to limit the algorithm, because you make sure that your money is well spent and therefore you're achieving higher ROI much faster than someone that doesn't restrict the algorithm and test all products on all kind of variations, right? So that makes up the tip number 3 from the 5 Google Ads hack. And number 4 is actually to combine the Google Ads data and the Google Analytics, right? So most of the time we use Google Analytics to track as much conversion and data from the audience as possible. But Google Ads also has the capacity to keep track of all conversions. And when you bundle them, you have like a superpower nowadays to generate more data than if you rely only on Google Ads or Google Analytics the same way. So it's much better to combine them and connect them as well as in the Google Ads platform as in the Google Analytics to have more data in the pocket, so the algorithm can find more lookalike customers that previously bought from you, right? Because you generate more data, the algorithm has more data to make decisions and therefore find more people that are previously looks like the people that are bought from you, right? So that makes up the tip number 4. And the last one is primary like conversions. So in the beginning, if you don't know 100% what you're doing and you create a campaign, Google is most likely to get all conversions as a goal. So they implement a page view, add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, like literally everything they can to make you believe that you have a conversion, right? But we as e-commerce stores owners, we care only about one thing, and that's profit. And you can only make profit if you limit the algorithm to search for conversions, right? Like we are not optimizing for add to cart if you want to make profit. Sometimes it's a good strategy if it's hard for you to generate data for conversions to take a step back and go for initiate checkout or add to cart. But most likely on 99% of all accounts, you start with conversion the right way because you want to optimize for conversions, therefore having higher ROI, and don't mess around with other campaign objectives, right? Because if you start with add to cart, initiate checkout or page view in the first place, and therefore you're going to change the objective of the account, you need to like reinstall everything again in the settings. You lose the optimization. It takes again more budget to get optimized, and you're like 10 steps ahead from someone that already implemented this in the first place, right? So this wakes up the 5 Google Ads hacks that I have for this week. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm always happy to move the needle forward. And once again, like I tested these strategies on my own 2 brands as well as for the 25 partners that we currently run Google Ads for. Like now I'm 5 years in the e-commerce game as well. So these strategies really make us more profit on a daily basis. And that's why I make these videos, to make more impact for you and give you like really valuable knowledge that you can really implement today. So if you want to find more relevant things like this, make sure to follow my Twitter account and my YouTube channel where I'm sharing more things like this for Google Ads, Google Merchant Center and other Shopify e-commerce related hacks, because I have 2 brands myself that I run for 3 years right now, and I learned so many things that I'm making videos like this. And I always like to take action afterwards. So my goal is actually that you are going to create this kind of things right now in your account so you make more profit from tomorrow, right? So I don't like to explain like philosophical information. I only like to explain targeted information that you can implement today to make really more profit. All right, my name was Robin. I hope to see you next video and have a good day for today.